folks, we are here on the San Ysidro side trying to get over into Mexico. We're about a mile away from the border. In fact, I can see exit 1A, the last USA exit. It's not too bad. They were talking about having problems this weekend, but it doesn't look too bad today. So we'll see how long it takes us to cross in. Our estimated time to get into Rosarito today is an hour. Traffic is really bad. I hear that some of the lanes have been destroyed because of the rain, but we'll see how it goes. This, folks, is what it looks like when you enter into Mexico. As you can see, it's a pretty simple process. They don't even check your passport coming into Tijuana, Mexico. All they do is make you wait. You wait when it says stop. When it says green, you go. If it says inspection, then you go to the inspection point, but that's about it. Into Tijuana, Mexico, but the Rosarito, we're gonna be fine. The Rosarito bridge, unfortunately, is closed, so we got to find an alternate way to get up and over. We were on our way to Rosarito, which is on Highway 1D, which is the scenic route, which you can see here travels right along the US-Mexico border. That fence to the right is the big Mexico border fence wall. Technically, if you go onto that curb right there to the right, you are in the United States. Over here you can see how the road was. It was a little bit slow going into Rosarito. There had been a landslide because of the recent rains, and so on Highway 1D it's down to one lane. In some places you can see how the rain had brought in the landslide, and for precautionary measures they had to bring it down to just one lane.
I'm gonna go to Rosarito.
Yep.
Where are we going?
Rosarito. We were traveling on the toll road, which is what we always recommend. When you're in Mexico, we recommend that you always travel on the toll road and you travel during the day. Basically, because if there's something in the road at night, there's no street lights. Well, there's a few street lights, but you're not gonna see it, and you might fall into a tope or a hole or something like that. So that's the reason why you drive during the day.
35 kilometers in 20 minutes.
There are two toll booths going to Puerto Nuevo. The first one will get you to Rosarito. Amazingly, the first one, when we were there this last weekend, was not charging. I don't know why they weren't charging at the first toll booth, but we were happy not to pay the $2. As you can see, the view from the highway is beautiful. I love the drive out on this toll road. It's one of my favorite roads to drive in Mexico. You get some great ocean views here. This was the second toll booth. They were charging us $2 for each toll booth. You can pay in either pesos or in dollars, but you can't pay in both. So just choose either if you want to do pesos or dollars. Don't know why they weren't charging at the first one, but they did charge here at the second one. At this point, we were coming into Puerto Nuevo. If you haven't been to Puerto Nuevo before, it's just south of Rosarito. Puerto Nuevo is a fishing village that's known as the Lobster capital of Mexico. And it's a nice little place to hang out. There's like over 30 different restaurants. They all serve the same thing. It's all about the lobster there. When you get into the entrance, there'll be plenty of people telling you that you have to pay $5 for parking. But just ignore those people and go and just drive around and find a lobster place that you like. And if you eat at that restaurant, you can park in front of that restaurant for free. You don't have to pay $5 for parking. You can just pay for the restaurant that you eat at, and that's all you need to do. We went to a place called Ángel del Mar, which we've been to previously. We like Ángel del Mar because it's right on the beach. And our favorite part about this restaurant is the tortillas that they serve there. The flour tortillas in Mexico, well, in Puerto Nuevo, are famous for being the size of your head. So that's what we like about this restaurant, is that they have tortillas that are the size of your head there. But of course, it's all about the lobster, and they have plenty of that as well. The prices vary with the market, but basically you get 3 lobster tails, all you can eat beans, rice, and flour tortillas for between $18 and $25 depending on where you go. We went to Ángel del Mar, but there's plenty of other places to go, and my favorite thing is just to make a big giant burrito out of it. Here's us driving through Puerto Nuevo after we had eaten at Ángel del Mar. As you can see, there's lots of people out there waving you into the different restaurants. They're basically trying to show you their menus and to get you to park at their place so you'll eat at their restaurant, but we had already eaten. At the end of Puerto Nuevo, that big building in the back there with the propeller and the shark, that's Villa Ortega's. Villa Ortega's is the most famous out of all the lobster places and the oldest place. Although this is not the original location for Villa Ortega's, but this is where all the Hollywood celebrities go when they come down to Puerto Nuevo to eat lobster. After going to Puerto Nuevo, we went back up the highway to Rosarito. We took the free road back up to Rosarito, which is a little bit longer, but it was nice to get kind of a scenic view of Rosarito driving down the main driveway of Rosarito. It's always fun to see all the shops and to see what's new in Rosarito. Rosarito has grown a lot. Every year we go there, it seems to be growing more and more. There's more stores, there's more tourists, and especially now that the pandemic's over, it's gotten bigger.
It probably is from the last time you went here.
For this trip, we went to the Hotel Corona Plaza. We kind of booked this one last minute, but we were able to book it online. The great thing about this hotel is the view. We had a lovely view from our room. As you can see, we can see the ocean from our room, and that was very nice. But that's about where it probably stops being nice for the Hotel Corona Plaza. It's an okay place. It has an elevator, but only one elevator works. And the other thing that was interesting about it was how the room itself was. There was just some inconsistencies, and that's kind of normal for Mexico. For example, if you look at this faucet, not one of the faucets are the same. They were all different, and it was missing the spigot. I thought that was really interesting that not one of the faucets was the same. Faucet handles was the same, and it was missing the spigot, but that's okay. You just have to know that in Mexico, maintenance is not the same as maintenance in the United States. And if you can take that, then you'll be okay in all the hotels in Mexico. Most Mexican hotels just don't have the same levels of maintenance, especially if the place has been around for a long time. And many of the hotels that are on the beach in Rosarito have been there for a long time, and so there's some maintenance issues. The nice part about it, though, is where else are you going to get a hotel room on the beach for $100? So that's what you get in Mexico, and you just deal with it. Buenos dias. For breakfast the next day, we went to a place called El Nido, which is a steakhouse, but they have great breakfast there as well. If you're in Rosarito, I highly recommend this restaurant. It's got such a great atmosphere to it. I love the decor. If you go around in the back, they have a little waterfall, and they have like live turtles there. The food is really good. One thing that I love about restaurants in Mexico is that you'll never feel rushed in a Mexican restaurant. You can just hang out there for a long time. They will not give you a check unless you ask for the check. So that's something important, but the food is absolutely awesome. I decided to go with a traditional northern Mexican breakfast, which was eggs, chilaquiles, and machaca. Machaca is shredded beef, and that's a typical breakfast. And AJ went with a more American breakfast with his pancakes and his eggs. I think he thought I was taking a photo of him, so he was kind of confused on that shot. Here is a shot of the Rosarito Beach Hotel, which is the oldest hotel in Rosarito. This is the hotel that started it all and where all the movie stars have been at. And so with that, I think we're going to say adieu. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching the PedrozaTravel channel, where every week is a new travel channel adventure. So thank you for watching.